Welcome to our live stream concert here for the Santa Cruz Baroque Festival. My name is William Coulter, and I'm here with Barry Phillips. And we're going to play some music for you and tell you about that music as we go. We're going to start off with a couple of tunes that come from the Swedish folk music tradition. The first one is a very beautiful, very slow tune called A Long Dance. And we learned this from a wonderful musician named Roger Talroth from the group called Vessin. And we'll follow that with another Swedish tune, a very, very newly composed tune by a musician named Anders Noruda. And it's a tune that he wrote called The Convulsion. So two tunes from Sweden. be out here playing in this beautiful, beautiful location here. Did I hear that it's called something like Geek Haven? Is that the name of this beautiful spot?
Good name.
Geek Haven. I have to ask about that later. Geek Haven.
There could be a lot of tech.
Could be a lot of
building.
I see. A lot of tech.
Could be a lot of tech.
Nice. Well, we're going to turn our attention now to the Baroque period for a short little nod to Vivaldi. And when we were putting together this little concert, I was reflecting on many, many years ago when I first entered UCSC as a music major, and that would have been in 19.
Same year
Same year you started. Yeah. I had learned a piece by Vivaldi when I was there under the tutelage of a great classical guitarist named Larry Ferrara, who was my teacher there for a few years. And he suggested the Lute Concerto by Antonio Vivaldi. And we thought we'd bring out the slow movement of that tonight. I don't know the particular numbers on it, but it's the famous one that you've heard in car commercials and on soap operas and things.
RV 93.
RV 93. This is the Largo from the Lute Concerto, originally in D major, RV 93. You just check my tuning here.
Car also.
RV 93.
I'll check over too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Boy, something is smelling really good out here, right?
Something, yeah.
Someone's cooking a great
Someone's
dinner.
Cooking outdoors.
Yeah,
Happens around our house too.
so nice.
Everyone's having barbecues and stuff.
Yeah. I love that little movement. That's great.
Yeah.
So I need to tune a little bit here, so
Here's what a tune.
Barry's going to entertain you for a few moments
my.
while I tune the guitar.
This would be a perfect time to have something clever lined up to say. I will say we're going to do a tune in the Spanish tradition from the 16th century, I believe, though.
I believe, yeah.
I won't say too much about it because that is everything I know about it.
And that you like it.
I like it. It's in E minor, second saddest of all keys.
Jesse.
That's a really beautiful melody. We're playing things, I think we're playing things that just make us feel a little better tonight. It's wild to be playing live music. It's
great.
Yeah. It's wild and fun. Are you in Dadgad the whole way?
I am, yeah. Okay, so this particular tune, I learned many, many years ago from a wonderful singer in Santa Cruz. Her name is Mary Dennehy. Some of you may remember her. And she was in a singing group called Voices. It was an a cappella quartet,
Yeah.
which included my cousin John. And he may be watching tonight, so hi, John. And they sang beautiful four-part early music, and I learned this tune from Mary, who was in that group. And then I was asked by the legendary Neil Hellman of Gord Music in Santa Cruz, for whom both Barry and I have done many CDs, many recordings and concerts with Neil over the years. Neil said, hey, let's put that on one of your records. So we ended up doing a nice recording of it, and we included the mountain dulcimer on it, with Neil Hellman playing the mountain dulcimer, and he was very excited because there's one moment where it goes from a straight ahead E minor scale to a leading tone of a D sharp, and he didn't have a D sharp on his mountain dulcimer, so he took it to a luthier, and it might have been Paul Hofstetter, I don't remember, but he put in one little fret way up on the dulcimer so that he could play that D sharp leading tone
For this tune.
for this tune.
That's good.
Yeah, and I'll never forget how excited he was about, oh, I've got a D sharp, yay. Do you have a D sharp, Barry?
I don't have anything. It's just
Just the glossandos.
yeah.
So this arrangement is very close to what we did for that recording. And thank you, Neil, for that. you very much. Thank you. Okay, we're going to carry on then with a short guitar solo, and this is a melody composed by the famous Baroque Irish composer named Turlough O'Carolan. I know that many of you are familiar with his music, and it was around this time that we were scheduled to be doing another concert, all of Carolan music, I think, which has been postponed till next year. But Linda has it up her sleeve to put together an ensemble of musicians to play Carolan music, and that's exciting and something to look forward to. So we'll share a little bit of that with you now. This is probably his most famous composition of all. In Irish it's called Shivjog Shimor, and in English that means something like the big hill and the little hill. And that's all I'll say. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, we're going to take just a few minutes of a break, but don't go anywhere because there's some words of wisdom coming your way.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Linda Berman Hall, Artistic Director, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. And this is such an enjoyable broadcast. And thanks to Barry and Bill for accepting to do this broadcast. Some of my oldest friends in Celtic and Baroque music. And it's really quite a delight to be out here and hearing this live, and I'm sure you're enjoying the live cast. I'd like to thank our wonderful crew, Sandy Stone, our chief engineer, John, our backup engineer and broadcast engineer, Dylan Seals, our lighting engineer, Serena Hall, working on the video. Thank you very much. And I'd like to thank those of you who have wonderfully contributed to the Baroque Festival over the course so far of our fund drive. And so Barbara Meyer, thank you. Donna Hopkins, Rena and Aaliyah Dubin, Pauline Seals, Cheryl Foden, Vladimir Moran, Keshav Batish, Daniel Veditz, Jill Perry, Diane Nolting, Linda Berman Hall, hey, that's familiar, Patrick Teverbow, Dean Silvers, Lawrence Friedman, and Tom Ellison. And for lighting equipment that makes it possible to see our artists tonight, Byron Servies. And we have new donors, Julie Fergus, Teresa Wolf, and Sarah Talbot. And you can join this stellar list by going ahead and donating to Baroque Festival tonight, or even tomorrow morning. We have a rebroadcast of the video that we're making tonight at 11 o'clock. Please tell your friends, tell them to convert whatever 11 o'clock would be in wherever they are around the world. So we're on Pacific Standard Time, and there are other time zones in the world, although sometimes I hear from my family that they don't believe it. Ask them to be sure that they tune in at the correct time for where they live. So I do want to have you be able to make them not miss it. It's really special what we're having, and we're going to be able to go on now in a couple minutes with more of this wonderful music. So be with us, and it's going to go on. So thank you. And John, say a few words, please.
Well, I'm not really sure what to say, except that I'm very much enjoying this evening with this beautiful music, and very, very much gladdened by all the donations that have come in to help our concert series to keep on going through this very strange time where we haven't been able to do our concerts in the normal way. With your help, we have managed to reach our goal, and we thank you so very, very much for that.
Hear, hear.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that, Linda and John. And all of you for tuning in. We are going to play some more music, and I'd like to make a shout out to my dear friend and partner in musical adventures, Edwin Huizinga, who may be tuning in tonight. Some of you have heard Edwin and I play together, and he's been a wonderful friend and musical inspiration to me over these last few years. And he inspired me to go down the kooky path of accompanying solo violin music of Bach on the steel string guitar. And I want to thank him for inspiring that. It's been a great journey. And tonight we're going to do a little bit more of that. We're going to take the solo, a couple of movements from the first cello suite by Bach, and put them back on the cello where they belong, because Edwin and I were playing it on the violin, but we're back on the cello in the original key, and Barry and I are going to play the saraband and 2 minuets and the gigue.
Exactly.
And I'm going to accompany Barry. Yeah, you good?
Pretty good.
Okay. Close enough for Bach, folk, folk Bach.
For folk Bach, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
Really fun playing that.
Yeah.
We're going to carry on with two tunes from the American shaker tradition. Shakers being, well, originally they were called the Shaking Quakers when they came over in the 1780s or so. So they're an offshoot of the Quakers from Manchester, England at the very beginning. And then they grew, and all sorts of people came into the Shakers and brought their folk tunes and sure their classical stuff as well. But they wrote lots of tunes for dancing, for singing.
Beautiful tunes.
Beautiful tunes, yeah.
Yeah.
The Shaker expert hasn't counted them, but he says there's got to be at least 10,000 tunes.
Wow. Like notation of 10,000?
Notation of 10,000 tunes. So
Okay.
we have to do more albums.
We've got a lot
I guess.
of work
Yeah, we have a lot.
ahead of us, don't we? Yeah.
We've only
Right.
nicked the surface.
We have. Yeah, the Shakers were a phenomenal, culture, and
Yeah.
they were so into their worship that they spent a lot of time trying to find ways, basically, to save time, so that they could have more time for singing and dancing, and which was their form of worshiping. And at the beginning of their existence, they didn't allow any instruments, I think. So all of the dancing happened in their meeting hall, with the Shakers lilting, much like the Celtic tradition of lilting, much like the Irish do, using vocables, syllables, to sing dance music that they would then dance to, and that was how they got their dance music. But as far as the saving time goes, they were, I think they were the first people to commercially package and sell seeds. Packages of seeds.
Yeah.
And they invented the clothespin, which we're using tonight to keep the music on the stand.
And it's the Shaker music, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's my favorite invention of the Shakers of all time was they rigged up a butter churn to a child's teeter-totter, so that the kids were on the teeter-totter going up and down and having a grand old time. At the same time, they were churning the butter, so they could get that out of the way so they could go and sing and dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks to the Shakers for not only beautiful music, but some other things as well.
And lovely furniture as well.
And lovely furniture. Right.
Oh, first one is called I Will Walk With My Children, and it had lyrics. We won't be singing, but sing at home if you know it. I know there'll be at least one person
one
singing
person
at
that
home.
knows it. Yeah.
And the second, and this was written probably in the 1820s or so, in Enfield, New Hampshire, which we toured the Shaker villages, and we played this one in Enfield, New Hampshire.
We had one of the most memorable tour moments ever on that tour. We went back east and we played at a few of the Shaker villages with Barry and with Shelley Phillips as well. And we were hired by the city of, I forget the name of the city, it was a little town in Massachusetts, to play at like a celebration day, like a Saturday afternoon, come to the park and hear music and eat food and
I think it was their 200th year, like the town, the big
bicentennial of this town. And we got into the town and we got to the gig and we saw the posters were up, and we noticed that there were three acts on the poster, and the first act was the training dog training demonstration. The second act was the Coulter Phillips ensemble.
Oh, we were second.
Oof. And then the headliner was the watermelon seed spitting contest. So we opened for a watermelon seed spitting contest.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
That was
so fun.
It was so funny.
Yeah. And we probably played these tunes on that tour as well. So I Will Walk With My Children and a jig, a Shaker jig called By Freedom Invited. So this one starts kind of slow and gentle. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. These crickets are lovely, huh?
They are, I know.
Can you hear them on the stream, I wonder?
They're nice.
Actually asked, but nobody told me.
They're nice to play too.
They are really nice,
I mean,
yeah.
It's like a little percussion,
Like a little drone.
little bells and stuff.
Yeah.
We're at our final set of tunes. This is 2 tunes from the Welsh fiddle tradition. In a couple of trips over to Wales, I learned the first tune from a fine fiddler named Cas Murig. Debating whether
what's
to
his name?
try to say that.
What's his name?
Cas Murig?
Cas Murig? That's
Murig?
the fiddler's name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cas. Cool.
Cas, yeah.
They can hear the crickets.
Oh, good.
They can. Oh, good.
Turn them up. First tune.
First
And
tune.
Second tune.
Second tune I learned from another fiddler named Bob Evans in Cardiff. Another excellent fiddler and musicologist and amazing guy. Researching Welsh harp that goes back a long ways.
Yeah.
So the harp tradition is unbroken from, I don't know how far back, 1100s or something. Any Welsh people that know about it, be interesting to know if they comment. But the fiddle tradition was broken somewhere, I think in the 1800s, where it kind of died out.
Let me guess. England.
Something like that. Something like that. Some neighbors.
Some neighbors.
They
They had a little spat, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First tune is called, in English, which is my safer language to try to say it, is The Lily Amongst the Thorns, or The Lily Amongst the Blackthorn. I'm going to try to say the Welsh slowly.
Okay. Fasten your seatbelt.
Yeah, we don't have spit guards on the mics, so because it starts with a double L, which is a little
Just
wet.
go for it. Just go
Yeah?
for it, Barry. Dive in.
Here we go. Llwyr lily umisk dryan.
Perfect.
I'm going to need a minute.
Perfect.
Second tune is called The French Polka.
Right. Which is a Welsh tune that they stole from the French. Right?
I think they stole it from the French.
And yeah, this is our last little couple of tunes here. So I want to say a special thank you to Linda Bermanhall
Yeah, thank you,
and
Linda.
John Seals from the Baroque Festival and all the other tech people that are here helping out, and our lovely little audience over there on the porch who I can't see, but I hear you.
Thank you.
It's really, it's such a pleasure to play live music with my dear friend Barry, and for such fine listeners and all you people out there in Radio Land. tuning in to hear some live music. And we'll be back on stage before too long.
That would be
We're
nice.
not done yet.
We're not done yet.
No. All right. So here's a lovely slow Welsh tune called The Lily Among the Blackthorns, and then an up-tempo tune called the French Polka.
French polka.
Oh, I better open up my chart. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to just check the tuning a little. You never know.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for tuning in, everybody.
Thanks,
We can
Linda,
feel
for
you're
having
here
us.
with us. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time out there in Radio Land,
Zoomland,
Zoomland.
or whatever it is.
Thank you. Very nice.
So beautiful. Thank you.
Okay.